Our Electric Wise Vision General Motors Corporation Maintenance Instruction Auxiliary Relays 8, 12, and 14 Pole Maintenance Instruction 5387A Vision A. The description auxiliary relays figure 1 covers in the instruction, same basic construction, used with a wide variety of application difference to cover the primary number of the contact arrangement. Figure 1 typical auxiliary relay. Coils of the 8 to 14 pole relays for the majority of the 12 pole relays operated off the 74 volt control circuit with the exemption of 120 volt DC with the contact arrangement of the design set of the variety of the control circuit with the product operation, individual wiring diagrams indicating relay function. Maintenance simplicity for the construction, minimum move the parts gold, diffuse contact with dust free and close with the provided satisfactory service life there, maintenance conditions primarily with a periodic inspection qualify relays, continue service inspection relay, remove the cover to check for the contacts pitting of the burning with low pressure, steam the drive with the compressor with the blowout, any with the dust, dirt, accumulation, contact barely banned. Burn pitted for the removal of the overhaul relay. Do not file with address relay contacts turn back with the tarnish in time. Normally operation not impaired with the relay operation indicate the need for service inspection with electrical connection, tightness, electrical contact, inspect the operating coil for burns or discolorization, check coil resistance relay, pick up the dropout using the value of the given insert with the data, move with the mechanical parts spans should be checked for the proper operation. Do not apply any lubrication any type of these relays. Disassembly figure 2, the remove of the 4 screw of the lock washer holding the covers, contact with the housing assembly, remove the 2 screws, lock washer holding the contact housing, and some of the coil frame and the coil housing, 2 short flat head screws, lock washers holding the contact housing, assembled to the coil housing, contact housing assembly can be removed with the carefully lifting the housing up and away from the coil of the frame housing while at the same time, the holding armature again for the cover, be careful to ensure against for the damage of the indicating tab with the retrieve of the lens while performing the operation of the information contained in the paragraph applies only the 14 pole relays, 4 attached terminal with contact with similar to replay with the remove of the cover of the which held with the 2 screw with the lock washer. Each individual terminal contact can be removed with the terminal contacts are held in the place with the 2 screws. Remove the coil frame with the assembly with the coil housing. Remove the 2 screws with the holding coil with the frame with the coil housing. Hold the armature with against with the coil with the lift assembly of out of the housing. Even the long nose pliers. Disconnect with the coil or lead contact with the terminals. Do not turn adjusting screw unless it is being replaced. Disassembly recoil figure 3. Remove the screw lock washer hold of the coil core with the cup washer coil frame. Reassembling the relay following the reverse order disassembly. Ensure that all the proper parts are clean thoroughly. Figure 2 shows the cutaway of the relay valve. 3 figure 3 coil frame assembly. Relay armature cup washer coil core relay frame screw lock washer relay coil. When a new coil is installed, the 8,000 with a 10,000 inch gap exists between the relay armature relay frame and the armature held with against the core frame and the figure 4 with a set of the gap of loosening with the 2 round head screw with the holding with a spring assembly reposition. Assembly insert feeler gauge holding the armature against the core tighten screws. 4 armature spacing when relay energized with 8,000 with a 10,000 inch gap. Check with the travel gap between the armature with the core center with the relay with the de-energized position. Adjusting set screw with the necessary to determine the minimum distance with 63,000 inch after adjusting inch with the set screw with the remaining position tighten with the lock down with the armature. Should seat securely against the core when relay energized when replacing contact housing. Assembly do not bend with the brush, assemble the protrude with the carrier, assemble the manual position with the carrier, assemble the proper placement with the contact housing relay housing. Very carefully not to bend damage to the indicator tab with when placing it in its lens with it may be necessary to position the tab with the long nose plier after the housing securely. Ensure the tab is flush with the housing with the relay energized. Check with the adjusting the relay contact pressure. Check pressure will cover the open and the normally closed contact gram with a 50 to 250 range. Check with the main with the connection with the normally closed contact screw with the width of the simple low voltage 6 volt lamp circuit with the reading should be taken with the position with the lamp de-energized. Place the probe gauge over the small hole located on each of the contact brush with assembly figure 5 with the minimum reading 100 grams pressure or the maximum 150 grams of pressure acceptable before contact opening. Location with the grab gauge probe with the proper measurement. Relay contact, move contact, stationary contact, location gauge probe. DC voltage approximately 2 to 3 volts above the rated makeup of the voltage. Energize with the relay coil. Check with the pressure. Require with the open all with the contact close with the coil. Energize with the minimum reading 100 grams should be obtained with the test. Minimum reading 100 grams is not obtained with the contact brush assembly will have to be adjusted. Adjusting tool figure 6 make with the gradual adjustment along with the length of the contact brush assembly. Typical relay adjusting tool. Do not make any of the sharp creases bend with the assembly since each of the brush assembly with the two contacts. Each contact should be checked to be sure that they are in the same plane, but make sure with the contact stationary contact same time. If they do not twist or assembly vary slightly, with adjusting tool with the readjusting assembly is proper for the proper pressure. After making any of the adjustment, reach over the constant pressure to make sure that they're within minimum and maximum pressure range. All normally open contacts when relay is energized should have a minimum of 94 thousandths of an inch air gap or 55 thousandths of the gap contacts LM and P. Pick up and drop out voltage test. To perform a pick up and drop out checks, connect the variable to DC voltage supply with a relay contact shown figure 7 set up with a 50-watt pentameter maximum resistance gradually increase the voltage to coil 50-watt pentameter DC voltmeter relay test number the indicating left 5 to 6 volt DC supply max relay operating voltage indicating light with a connected across the contacts will mark up with a pick up and drop out point with the coming on or going off slowly produce the applied voltage determine the dropout point with a pick up and the dropout points now obtained with the route line to serve the data check with the lead arrangement contact pressure carrier travel the gap to readjust as necessary. After adjusting, have the completed replay for the cycle with the 2 screws lock washer cycle with the relay at 2050 time with the 5 to 5.5 volt, the 1/2 ampere load test lamp connected across the set with the contact spot of the contact should be accomplished on each cycle. The relay must be reworked. Service data 8-pole contact rating 5 ampere 74 volt resistive coil data 60 degrees 8 degrees Fahrenheit working voltage 74 volt maximum pickup 48 volt dropout 5 to 28 volt DC 373 plus or minus 10%. 12-pole contact rating 10% 10 ampere 74 volt DC resistive coil data 68 degrees Fahrenheit working voltage 74 volt DC pickup maximum pickup 48 volt DC, drop at 5 to 28 volt DC, 373 plus or minus 5%. Contact rating 5 ampere, 120 volt DC, resistive cold data 68 degrees Fahrenheit, work up voltage 120 volt DC, maximum pickup 98 volt DC, drop out 10 to 56 volt DC, 1,390 plus or minus 10%. 14 pole contact rating 5 ampere, 74 volt DC, coil 68 degrees Fahrenheit, working dropout, working 74 volt, 48 volt DC, maximum pickup 5 to 28 volt DC, dropout 373 plus or minus 5%. Your high pole 60 hertz, 8 pole coil the ground 600 volt RMS, coil the contacts 2400 RMS for contact, coil the contact ground contacts to contacts. 12 pole coil the ground 1000 volts RMS, coil the contacts contacts to ground contacts to contacts 24 volt RMS, coil the ground 15 coil the contacts to ground contacts to contact 15 volt RMS. 14 pole coil the ground 6 and coil the contact 600 V RMS and coil the ground contacts to contacts 24 volt RMS. Coil the contact ground 600 volt RMS. Coil the contact to ground contact to contact 20 volt RMS. Contact terminals 18, 12, and 14 pole. Contact pressure 100 to 150 grams max. Contact air gap 94 thousandths of an inch. Contact LM and P air gap 55 thousandths of an inch. Core armature travel gap 63 thousandths of an inch. Alright, that was Electric Motor Division General Motors Corporation Maintenance Instruction Auxiliary Relays 8, 12, and 14 pole maintenance instruction 53, 87, and revision A.